don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history. This is
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
All you have to do is you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
I don't know, just the opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything. I don't know, just the...
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power Price. $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs. $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
It's time now for the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, watch the Iowa girl compete for the title of state champion. CISN.TV's coverage of the state tournament is presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers. Also brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers, Shields, Fairway Foods, Una Vista University, the Better Business Bureau. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines for state tournament basketball.
Thursday, we send everybody home who loses, which is what we also did after quarterfinals and finals. And everybody has to go home after finals. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I think you feel a little bit better going home after semifinals than you do after the first day. It's not fun, but the team that goes on feels a lot better.
We have a couple of teams that have only been to the semifinals. They can't seem to get over the hump. I'm looking at you, center point Urbana. That's one of those things they feel today is their day. They've lost to Marion twice in the regular season. They're hoping third time is the charm. in the postseason or in the semifinal action. I forgot to give introductions. This is Darwin Danielson, the pride of Janesville for males. The female is your classmate, who's the volleyball coach.
Yeah, Shelly Sorensen. I'm looking forward to seeing her Friday night. They didn't make it down here, but I forgot Parade of Champions.
Oh, that's right.
And as the volleyball state champion for the third year in a row,
they get to walk.
They will walk in the Parade of Champions. So looking forward to seeing Shelly and her daughter Dana and the rest of the Wildcat volleyball crews. They come down for the Friday Parade of Champions.
Dar's one of our regular announcers here at CISN, and I'm Paul Yeager with CISN and also Iowa Public Television as we get you ready for the finals on Friday and Saturday. But Dar, I got to tell you, you look at brackets, middle bracket games are always fun. Forget that. Semifinal games are where it gets, I think, is some of the best basketball of the tournament.
Yeah, we've seen first quarters of these first games really have been wild, and then things settle down. But then the semifinals, when you get into that fourth quarter and it's a tight game, it really ratchets up because you're finally realizing, especially as seniors, you're going to go home maybe if you don't win. And, even if you're underclassmen, you don't know that you're going to make it back. Some teams perennially are here, but it's not a given. So, yeah, that every pass, every timeout, every dribble is magnified here in the semifinals.
I believe the phrase is you can't win if you don't play, and you can't win a state title if you're not in the state championship game. And then anything can happen. Those nights get a little goofy. Certain things happen, just the weirdest of things come, and then anything's possible. But we have semifinals in 5A, 4A, 3A today, but let's recap yesterday, Dar, what happened in those quarterfinal games, Class 2A and then 1A. We started the day in 2A where we put Dike New Hartford and Cascade and North Union and Panorama in those first two games.
And Dike New Hartford came out blistering, shooting 50-some% in the first quarter. They scored 19 points, but then things kind of dropped off, and Cascade's smothering defense made their point production drop off, and Cascade then kind of cruised from there and shut them down and went on. Of course, Cascade, the 3 seed, and they've been down here before. Dike New Hartford making their first trip since they combined as Dike New Hartford.
And lots of history athletically at that school, and they're hoping that translates maybe to next year. But a lot of teams also say that when they're here. They also know that they're on the line when it comes for seniors, and that's easy enough to say. North Union, a combination from the Kossuth County area, they pull what you could call an upset over the third seed, number 3 ranked Panorama. North Union gets into the tournament on a miracle shot, and then it was free throws with just a few seconds left that propel them into the semis.
Yeah, and a real tight game. We've had several of those where the other team gets a couple shots maybe at the buzzer and just can't quite get them to fall, but that was an outstanding game too.
That was, and then it was 1A, and 1A has provided some of the best state championship games. The quarterfinal game's not too bad either. Pretty easy though for Springville, the two-time defending champions in the first game against Algona Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, Algona Garrigan just couldn't get it going, and you got a well-oiled machine of a team that's finished second, first, 3 years in a row. So they're down here with the experience. Algona gave them a run early, but then, this experience of Springville showed through in that.
Well, you mentioned earlier getting out of that first quarter. Algona only scored 2 points in that first quarter, and that's kind of hard to come back. I think their shooting was somewhere under 15% in that first quarter. Hard to move on when you're that anemic.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times where teams get behind, and then they really play well the last 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But that hole, when you get a double-digit hole against a good solid team, it's too hard to overcome.
The Orioles will play Exira of Elkhorn Kimballton. Coach Peterson's crew advances with a game, Dar, that really kind of provided some intensity for those first 3 quarters, and then towards the end, Exira kind of pulled away.
Yeah, and Coach Peterson came on in the second game at halftime and talked with us, and he said, "Is that the stat sheet?" And he said, "Yeah, I didn't look at it. I didn't even want to look at it." I said, "Why?" He said, "There's too many things we did wrong early." But he said, that's what happens. You get down here. And he said, we did some things that weren't good, but we got it corrected, and we won. And that's the big thing, and we move on now.
And that's another team that's been getting into the semifinals, but struggling to get over the hump into the finals, but maybe this is their year. They'll have that tough game against Springville coming up on Friday that you can see here on CISN.TV. Then it was Key Lansing, the new softball power of Iowa. against Newell Fonda, which is the power in pretty much everything that they play. Fantastic softball program for a number of years, pretty darn good at boys basketball, football. Girls basketball, Dick Jungers and that squad again come through with an impressive win over Lansing, 61-45.
And again, Newell Fonda, one of those teams that presses you right out of the locker room and just keep at it. And, you know, they don't always get the turnover right away, but it wears on you and it forces you to make mistakes. And Lehigh ran into that a little bit, and they got behind, and then against that pressing defense could never get back into it.
And then it was Central Decatur and Montezuma. That was a game up until the final seconds. There was a call that a lot of the Montezuma fans behind us last night were
the offensive.
They were calling it an
foul,
offensive foul, and I watched my video that I had of that. I'm way out of position to make any type of a call. It's a big play. I know it's a review. You can watch it on our YouTube channel of CISN.TV.
Yeah, let's stoke the controversy. No.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck Britton. Yeah, I'm sure he'll love to talk to me again. But Central Decatur and Montezuma. So Central Decatur advances. They're now 25-0 with a 52-48 win.
Speaking of Chuck, the guy who oversees the officials, he came over and talked to him. I said, now, do you have the phone numbers of the officials too, so we can give them out if we have? And he kind of looked at me like, are you serious? And he goes, well, I can give them to you, but I don't want you to give them out, you know, and because he's so accommodating, they're so nice. I said, no, I wouldn't give them out. And I said, you know, I support the officials, and it's a tough job. You're out here under the spotlight, and, you know, I'm just glad we don't have the let's go to the replay and take an hour to figure it out, you know.
I know that has been talked about in years past, and I don't know if they'll do it in the years future. We just don't have it this year, and I think there's many people fine with that.
Yeah, and for the most part, I mean, these are the best of the best. They get, reviewed throughout the year, and now and then you're going to make a mistake, but it happens. And
Well, we have finished all of the quarterfinals, so 20 games down, 20 teams go home, 20 teams advance. 7 of the final 20 are lower seed teams.
Yeah, and I think you tweeted that, didn't you?
I did. I'm just reciting my tweet.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I can remember the number.
Well, I was going to ask you because I read your tweet, but of course I can't remember it because everything's in and out.
You want me to name the 7? Let's see if I can do it without looking. Iowa City West. All right, I will have to look. Indianola, Lamar's, North Polk, Monticello, Grundy Center, and North Union.
And
a couple of those were upsets against 2 seeds. Other ones were a little closer in that 5-4 region.
And I don't know that I've seen a team that's really, sometimes you get that feeling this team has got the mojo and they're going to get on a run. I'm feeling it. Yeah, maybe today in the semifinal we'll see, just because they've been good competitive games for the most part.
Well, do you call it an upset if a 1 seed doesn't make it into the finals?
Well, it depends on who they,
Way to sit on the fence.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, I don't know if I would anymore.
Because, I'm speaking like in 5A, doing the games throughout the season, and all these teams, are so close in the 5A that, and take Valley, for instance, they didn't have a great record, but they won when they had to get to the state tournament, and then they ended up, the number 1 seed took them out. But 5A, I think as you get lower in the classes, there's a little more parity in some, maybe through the 3-2 classes. You get down to 1, it seems like there's maybe some dominant schools a little more there. So,
all right, very good. Well,
I did tap dance around that, didn't I?
You did. You didn't want to answer it. Our guest is here, and he is going to upstage us both with his appearance when we bring in Taylor Anderson from the Iowa Hall of Pride. When we come back, we'll talk the Hall of Pride. Then we'll look ahead to the games because, by the way, there's basketball. Oh, Johnston broke out the gold uniforms today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's like the Hawkeye gold there. So it'll be Johnston and City High. We'll preview that and the rest of the day's action when we come back on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homeacres on Douglas in Urbandale.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Welcome back to the pregame show here as we get you ready for day 4 of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. We're sitting with two-time All-Iowa Conference linebacker Taylor Anderson of the Wartburg Knights. Hey, Taylor. Want to talk football?
You bet, you bet. How are we doing today?
But Taylor has a new job now, and it's director of the Iowa Hall of Pride, and which is conveniently located right next to Wells Fargo Arena.
Definitely. It's been great during wrestling and state basketball, obviously this week and next week, coming over and shooting some video and putting on our social media at the Iowa Hall of Pride.
So the Hall of Pride is something that is not new, but you are new to the organization. How long has it been around?
Yep, the Iowa Hall of Pride's been around for 13 years, and I started August 1st as the new director. Jack Lazier, my predecessor, retired. And it's been a great opportunity. It's a unique place here in Iowa, and we celebrate all those accomplishments and the activities that Iowa schools provide students.
And it is something that, if people haven't been there, there's a lot of interactive things, and it's not just focusing on champions, it's focusing on so much more.
Definitely. We have some of the very famous Iowans and some of the not so famous Iowans. Everything from football to wrestling to debate and theater to speech, agriculture. We represent everything with 65 hours of video and interviews and interactive kiosks and games and displays.
I saw Dave Bingham here earlier this week, and he was doing, I think, was it a panoramic 360 or something like that he was trying to do?
Yes.
What's that all about?
We're overhauling all the technology. Like I said, it's 13 years old. My VCR is the only thing 13 years old in my house right now.
You still have one of those?
I still keep one.
That's because all of his football tapes are on there.
I need to get someone to convert those. So we're looking to overall technology, and a part of that is we want a 360 room to change that experience for people to come to the Hall of Pride. So we've been shooting 360 video up at state football playoffs coming out of the Dome, down at state basketball, state wrestling. And Dave Bingham does a lot of tremendous work for us and a tremendous job.
He does a lot of things. Dave. Not only is he a video guy, but softball coach at Ankeny High. You used to teach at Ankeny High, then at Centennial. You were in the classroom. How different is it to move from one classroom to the Hall of Pride?
You know, the biggest change is every 45 minutes I wait for that bell to ring, and it hasn't gone off yet since I started in August.
You could put one in if you want.
I could. I should have set my alarm. That's right. It's been great because I'm still interacting with students that come through and visit the Iowa Hall of Pride. I talk to schools, come in to talk to different U.S. history classes about why Iowa and the Iowa Hall of Pride. And I'm still involved with football. I still volunteer up at Ankeny Centennial. So keep that connection with the school. So it's been great.
And you, I don't know if everybody knows, they look at, wow, they're hiring just a teacher to be the job. But you as a teacher, you had won some awards. People knew who you were.
Yep.
You also brought students down and competed in, I want to say, the Quiz Bowl. Is that what it was?
Yep.
And so you were very familiar with the whole operation.
Yes. The two people that know the least about Iowa are those that have never been here, those never left. And so why we have our students here, we got to educate them. And 10 years ago, I started a class called Why Iowa, kind of a hands-on Iowa history course at Ankeny Centennial, or at Ankeny. And then about 8 years ago, my wife and I actually started a class called Adventure Iowa. And it was an interdisciplinary with PE and Iowa history. And so we took the approach of getting kids outdoors and involved and the state parks in Iowa and the interaction that Iowans have with the land. So it's been a great experience.
And your wife is still at the Centennial District, and you had her niece was playing here for Boone the other day.
Yep.
And so now all of a sudden, because I looked at her afterwards, and says, absolutely.
Yes.
It looks like your daughter and the cousins, Emma.
Yep.
It's just now all of a sudden you really can tie in with those students and have that first basis of here you are playing on the big stage.
Yep, definitely. It's exciting seeing those kids that are my daughter and her cousins coming through here and starting to compete, in one of the greatest arenas and greatest venues that Iowa offers.
Now, did you ever compete at state in anything when you were at Colonesco?
Never made it to state. I cheered on the Royals during they won state title in '89, the boys, and the girls made 4 years in a row down to state. And Holly, they didn't make state either. She had a good career, 6-on-6 at Boone, and then she went on to Wartburg, obviously.
And played basketball there, and you get close, you see it, now you're a part of it on a different level, and it just changes now. I also want to let you know just a tiny little secret. So from Colonesco is Taylor Anderson, and so is our lead director for the Iowa Public Television broadcast, Andy Coyle.
You bet.
Who, as the circle continues, played for Scott DeYoung at Colo, who now is at Centennial, where Holly and you both taught.
Yep, and Andy graduated with my brother Travis. So there's
And I don't know which one she said is cuter. Is it you or Travis?
I don't know about that.
She's going to have my hide now because I just brought that up. All right, Taylor, thank you so much. If people want to come across, what do they do? What are your hours?
Definitely. We're open, extending our hours to 5 o'clock this whole week, and we'll be open all day Saturday also with the girls' tournament going on. And then next week for the boys' tournament, we'll have extended hours also. So be sure and stop by the Iowa Hall of Pride.
All right, Taylor Anderson from the Hall of Pride, good to see you. And it's hard to yell over the band, so we'll let you go, sweet Caroline. Good to see you.
You bet. Thank you. Good seeing you, Paul.
All right, we're back after this as we look forward to Day 4 games when we come back.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Welcome back, everybody. Courtside, Paul Yeager and Dar Danielson as we get ready for Day 4 of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Girls Basketball Tournament. Semifinal Wednesday for 5A. We've talked about it this week. Classes are a little bit different.
Thursday, right?
Is today Thursday
yeah,
already?
It's Thursday.
Man, I'm already. At least this wasn't our first segment. Third. I made my first mistake in the third segment, unless they're already telling me on Twitter that I've made mistakes. Anyway, we're going to have 5A today. Normally it is Wednesday when the 5A schools play, and then they come back on Friday and then Saturday. So you have the back-to-back games today if you win. If you're Johnston or City High, win, you stay. You play again tomorrow in the final at 6 o'clock. Johnston comes in with a great opening round win against Waukee. City High gets it done with a win over defending champ West Des Moines Valley. City High #1 in Class 5A.
Yeah, and they have the Jones girls who made a lethal 1-2 combination in that opening round game there, and really, makes it hard to cover when you have a couple threats like that, inside, outside, and then the supporting cast with that. But they were a big impact as you come in with Ashley scoring 31, but we were talking about it. It's kind of like having that protector in the batting order behind you with having your sister who, they're double teaming you inside, you kick it out, or they're double teaming her, she kicks it out.
Ashley, the future Iowa State Cyclone, you had a chance to talk with Billy Fennelly earlier this week.
Oh, yeah, he's really excited about it.
I was going to say, he couldn't stop gushing about her.
Yeah, and it's easy to see when you see the, the ability she has. She can do it all, inside, outside, rebound. And one of the things he talked about is we look at how players, how they react in tough situations. And are they a team player? Do they start carping at their teammates, or, do they encourage their teammates? And he said that's what we look for in a player, not just the athletic talent, but the way they play as a team.
Well, and they'll face a Johnston team led by Reagan Nessheim and Maya McDermott, who happen to be all Iowa Attack teammates with the Joneses.
Yeah, and Maya McDermott I've seen them play a couple times, and she's 5'6", and talking with Coach, he said, if she was any taller, they'd be looking at her like crazy now too, these colleges. But she's just, up and down the floor, all over the place, and she's 5'6", but she plays 6'2",
She's
the way she
incredible,
plays.
and she's super quick, and you'll see her in that first game coming up at 10. Then in the next game, it's Iowa City West and Indianola. Again, look at the records. Iowa City West not there when it comes to a solid record, but who they have played has absolutely got them ready to play on this floor.
Yeah, and then, Indianola, a 1-point win over Cedar Falls, and kind of, they've been one of those teams that struggled once they got to Wells Fargo playing, but I think they made a statement in that win. And then Iowa City West, Lauren Zacharias, probably my play of the tournament so far, when she came down out of nowhere and blocked that shot late against Dowling to send the game to overtime. That was just, it looked like the breakaway, easy win for Dowling, with the ball's going to go through and the clock's going to run down and Dowling wins. Well, she blocked it, and then they go to overtime, and Iowa City West wins.
And Indianola features another future Iowa State Cyclone, Maggie McGraw, who hit the game-winning free throws in that contest. Indianola goes 12 of 12 in the game, win it by 1. But they also have a player headed to Mizzou in Graceburg.
Yeah, and those two have really stepped up. And was it 21 free throws in a row they hit as a team? Are they?
Or is it 21 or 15? It was
20.
Yeah, it was.
I know they hit several in a row. But anyway, I mean, a great performance of those two stepping up, and again, a 1-2 combination there. You can have the one big scorer, but when you have somebody else that helps and then the other team members step up, that's the key to winning the championship, I think.
All right, that is your 5A matchup. Then in 4A, it's Center Point Urbana and number 1 Marion. These two teams have played twice in the regular season, both in the WAMAC Conference, both won by the Indians, but Center Point Urbana and the Drake signee Allison Woolridge want to change the tune.
Yeah, and man, I saw Marion, and I didn't see many weaknesses there with them, but Center Point Urbana also look really good. So I think that's going to be a whale of a ball game.
Marion features the future St. Louis Billiken Chloe Rice. There's also 4 sets of sisters on that team, and they've been here all week, so it's been family and fun for them, and it gets serious this afternoon when they tip off at 1:30. Then in the other half of that bracket, it's Grinnell and Lamar's. Lamar's knocked off Council Bluffs Lewis Central to get here, where it was a Grinnell who lost last year down here, motivated to change that script as well.
Yeah, and Sienna Durr, the senior, is kind of, she's taken control and kind of pushed this team, man. And she is another, talk about good players, excellent players. She's one for the Grinnell team that has really pushed them through here.
She's making a case for an all-tournament team performance. We'll see how it turns out today. And then we'll go down to 3A. That'll be our game at 5 o'clock, Crestwood and North Polk. Crestwood number 1 in 3A from Northeast Iowa. The Cadets, Coach Sickles, another good-looking squad.
Yeah, I did their game, and man, there was no doubt in that 1-8 game there. They just pulled out, and took control immediately there. And North Polk, they have some, some fight in them too. And I was impressed with their team. So I think a good 1-5 matchup in that one.
That'll be this afternoon at 5 o'clock, and then our nightcap of this Thursday action at 6:45. Monticello and Sioux Center. Sioux Center in the championship game last year. They are one game away from getting back there, but Monticello feeling no pressure, not caught up in the lights of Wells Fargo Arena.
No, and I think the thing is with Sioux Center's pressure and that defense and run and gun play that they play, will they be able to slow that down and handle that? And we'll see how that works with the number 2, number 6 game there.
All right, they're standing to the side, meaning they are ready to go for pregame. We'll take a quick break, get you ready for all the pregame festivities. It's a lot different here once we get to the semifinals, so we'll show you more of the pageantry when we return. Day 4 of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Farm Bureau Girls Basketball Tournament.
This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in beautiful Des Moines, Iowa for today's 2018 IGHSAU Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Basketball Semifinal matchup with our 5A teams featuring the number 4 seed, the Johnston Dragons, and the number 1 seed, the Iowa City High Little Hawks. It's now time to introduce the players for today's semifinal matchup. First of all, your non-starters and assistant coaches for the number 4 seed Johnston Dragons. Number 4, Kayla Frickenstein. Number 10, Brooke McKee. Number 12, Aubrey McCombs. Number 20, Cassie Peach. Number 22, Natalie Curry. Number 30, Kendall Nee. Number 32, Alma Hudson. Your assistant coaches, Mark Pine, Brad Buchan, Rob Newton, and Christine Wolford. And now, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from City High. Number 4, Ayana Lindsay. Number 5, Carrie Keeney. Number 11, Ashley Kennan. Number 12, Virginia Monturi. Number 13, Emily Kanucky. Number 14, Cece Kelly Harvey. Number 15, Shavonna Norris. Number 20, Ella Cook. Number 40, Sky Spencer. Your assistant coaches, Travis Dyer, Callie Sabaski, Lindsay Bernard, Jeff Miller, Tim Casey, and Fred Ritter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is your starting lineup for this 5A semifinal. For Johnston, a 5'6" sophomore, number 2, Maya McDermott. For City High, a 5'8" sophomore, number 3, Rose Nakumu. For the Dragons, a 5'7" junior, number 24, Macy Thompson. For the Little Hawks, a 6' senior, number 10, Ashley Jones. For Johnston, a 5'9" senior, number 34, Jenna Johnson. For City High, a 5'8" sophomore, number 22, Paige Rocca. For the Dragons, a 6-foot sophomore, number 40, Maddie Mock. For the Little Hawks, a 5'9" sophomore, number 23, Aubrey Jones. And for Johnston, a 6'1" junior, number 42, Reagan Nessheim. And for City High, a 5'11" sophomore, number 44, Samantha Grady. Head coaches, for Johnston, Chad Chillick, and for City High, Bill McTaggart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the area in front of the scorer's bench. Your officiating crew for today's 5A semifinal: Chad Slagle, Rich Collison, Rich Shabonis, and Christopher Ethan. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner set VFW Post 8142 color guard has been presenting the colors at the girls basketball tournament for over 45 years. The color guard has members from the Marines, Army, Navy, and Air Force serving in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Ladies and gentlemen, now if you please remove your caps and hats as we honor the United States of America with the singing of our national anthem, being performed today by members of the Carlisle High School Choir under the direction of Eileen Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
As the colors leave the floor here at Wells Fargo Arena, the players stand at attention.
Nice job by the Carlisle Choir on the anthem.
They're state championship worthy as well.
All right, who's ready for state championship basketball?
As they come from all over the state to perform, and so do the teams from Iowa City and Johnson County. It's the #1 Iowa City Little Hawks in 5A. They're 24-0. Head coach Bill McTaggart. He's in his 20th year at this school. He's an Iowa native, and he'll be opposed by the Johnston Dragons, who were in the state title game 2 years ago, and they are in with a 21-3 record. Chad Gillick is their head coach. He's in his 7th season as the head coach of the Dragons. The City Hawks, or the Little Hawks, Nakumu, Jones, Rocca, Jones, and Grieving wear Johnson in their yellow, or they'll call it Johnston Gold. McDermott, Thompson, Johnson, Mock, and Nessheim. We're ready to play basketball here at Wells Fargo Arena. It's 10 o'clock Thursday morning. Semifinals are underway, and City High retains the tip.
That's Nakumu at the top of the key. Keys to the game, Dar, for both of these squads.
Well, keep it close and early on. Don't let any separation here early.
Nakumu gets the friendly roll, and the Little Hawks take the lead 3-0.
Avoid the early runs that get you in trouble where one team pulls out ahead of the other too far.
Johnston moving it around the perimeter a little bit. Driving the floater, good! Macy Thompson.
Macy Thompson for 2.
Lead back to 1.
Johnston starting in the man-to-man.
McDermott on Rocca out top. Drive by Jones. Jones on the cut, moves around and scores.
And they were looking to double her, but it didn't work. She got through it there, so that's going to be their defensive prescription here is try to double Jones.
Three-pointer on the way, short, and foul will be called on Jenna Johnson. She let it fly, and then she was the only dragging around. There were 4 white jerseys there for City High.
And she came around, and credit Aubrey Jones for kind of sliding over and keeping her from getting to that ball. As she saw the ball come off short, Johnson tried to run it down, but Jones kept her away.
5-2, City High early. A few more fans from City High here than they had on Monday. Johnston faithful have filled it up all the way to the top in the student section. Nakuma for 3, no good. Rebound, City High up against, oh, what a pretty shot, Samantha Grieving.
Yeah, she just bodied in there.
Johnston yet to have Nessheim or Mock touch the basketball. It's mostly been Johnson. That's Jenna right there in transition. That's a 2 for Jenna Johnson.
And she stepped up here early.
Back to a 3-point advantage for the Little Hawks. They go Grieving. Inside Jones, 3 collapse on her, and then there'll be a foul.
Yeah, defensively they're planting somebody behind her, and then when she gets the ball, everybody else collapses on her down there in the paint.
Maddie Mock whistled for the foul. She picked up a couple of quick fouls early in that game on Monday and had to sit the majority of the half. Came out with a vengeance in the second half, and Coach Gillick said it was key to keeping her on the floor. Collapse around Jones. 3-pointer on the way from the other Jones. That's Aubrey for 3, and a Shields 3-point play.
And that's the key for Iowa City. If you get tripled, kick it out.
3-shot for McDermott, no good. City High pushes it up by 6. Jones drives the left-hander, no good. Rebound, Thompson. And it's stolen away by Jones. You could see that one coming. Jones for 2.
And quickly an 8-point lead here. Johnson needs to settle the offense, get something working.
Mock gets her first touch, misses wide. Ashley Jones clears it and runs it. Nice move to the left, and then she's going to be fouled, and that's going to be a problem, Dar, for Johnston if they get into foul trouble trying to defend Jones.
Yeah, and early on she was posting, they were getting the ball. Now she's just keeping the ball and driving at the defense there, so multiple prongs in her attack. I want to say hi to the Johnson students. Asked me to shout out to some of the teachers, Miss Vines, Mr. Merkel, Mrs. Tack, I think Miss Hall. They were screaming out names to tell their teachers who will be watching our stream here on CISN.TV. So hello to the Johnston teachers who are watching, and the students say hi.
Jones drives and kicks to her sister, who drives. Shot won't go. Mock over Grieving, gets the board. And McDermott rushes up in a hurry. Or actually, that's not McDermott. She's out of the game. That's Kendall Mead. Stolen away by Maya McDermott. 2-on-1. Nice bounce pass up ahead. Mead! What a look.
Came down, made the defender come at her, and then bounced to the cross for the easy layup. We're already halfway through the first quarter.
We've had hardly any stops in the action. Nakumu. Now the Johnston faithful into it. Nessheim mixing it in there with Jones. Puts the move on Mock, kicks. Grieving, tipped out, foul. And it's against City High.
I like that. Johnston picked up the defensive intensity there, and when that pass got in there, they attacked right away and knocked it away.
Cook comes in. Grieving sits down. 3:43. City High by 6. Johnston with the ball. McDermott dribbles up. Looking down low, I'll tell you what, Johnson's working hard. Just couldn't get the tip. Tipped around, retained by City High. That's Nakumu.
Good recovery back on defense by Johnston.
Nessheim fights through the pick, but not good enough. Nakumu drives. The rebound, Mock.
Mock did something we talked about yesterday. She stopped the ball. She stepped in there.
Tipped away by Jones, by Aubrey. And Ashley will dribble it up, and Iowa City High will take timeout, and so will we. 3:01 remains.
And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Johnston looking up at the scoreboard. Down 6 early on, Dar.
A frantic pace. Johnston shooting 43%, which would be pretty good normally, but City High 55.6% from the floor early on. It's been a really hectic pace, but Johnston, they got down 8. They battled back a little bit here, so you want to still work at it, get a stop here, keep it close.
I think you'd call that blistering, wouldn't you?
Yeah, blistering is a good word.
The Nets are on fire. Little slower out of the timeout for City High. Need is on Jones. Nakumu thought about the 3. And it's Nessheim up ahead to Johnson. 3-on-2. Johnson from the left side and 1. Jenna Johnson in this tournament, Dar, has turned it up a level she hasn't played all season.
No, she's really taken control here, the senior, and great body control as you saw there on the replay with that to go up, get the shot, and get the foul, and a chance to cut this down to a 3-point ball game.
78% free throw shooter, converts.
And just like that, the lead is cut in half.
12-9. It was a 4-0 run. Now it's a 5-0 run for the Dragons to counter. Oh, tipped away. That pass was more of a leading pass to Jones, and Johnston made him pay. McDermott in transition.
And we're tied.
Shields three-point play as Maya McDermott. Don't leave her alone.
Johnston's really responded on defense and figured it out after the early assault.
3, counter, off the mark by Jones. Ashley shot, and the Johnston fans are going to let her hear it. Oh, I love it. This is the level of intensity this morning, Dar, is a whole lot different.
Yeah, than it was the first few games, yeah. You come into those quarterfinal games kind of not knowing what it's going to be like, but here, you're playing to get into the title game.
Need gets the pass, gets some space, and then gets rid of it till it's Jones stepped in front. Johnson. She's got numbers, goes and drives hard, and one! It's cliche to say, Dar, Jenna's even found another gear since the last time we talked. Watch the replay. At this tournament, you have been rewarded for driving to the basket.
Yeah. So now, Johnston, their first lead, up by 3.
City High settles in. Jones has it swatted away. If Johnson can keep getting her hands on it, the Little Hawks are going to have big problems. Nakumu, nice move. And she's fouled. And she's attacking, Dar.
Yeah, and that's what they need to keep doing, too. Keep attacking that defense. Don't let them sit back. So this has been an 11-0 run by Johnston, I believe. And it'll stay that for the moment.
Basketball's a game of runs. How do you respond? Nakumu, 75 and a half, misses them both. Need the rebound. Into the ball game.
Johnston pushing the tempo.
Yep. That's Johnson. Nessheim headed to South Dakota State, drives on Jones. Oh, and she traveled.
Yeah. That was good straight-up defense, and she couldn't get the ball out of there.
It's the 4th turnover for the Dragons here in this first quarter, and 4 for City High. The play call is 4 from Coach McTaggart. Nessheim, the steal. She's got a breakaway. Lays it in. Her first 2 of the game.
Johnson's gone from down 8, up 5.
13-0 run. Tipped away, it's going to go back to Johnston. City High's got to find a way right now, Dar. They've got to get a stop on this possession.
Well, Johnson, you watch them. They'll come down. They're doing a better job now. They're spreading the floor, moving around, making City High work on defense here.
Nakumu picks up McDermott at the top. Scratch that, not Nakumu. That's Lindsay. McDermott gets it. The floater from 15. She tried to find a spot outside of the little circle. The square at the buzzer. Good if it goes. Won't. Nakumu made it close. 17-12. Johnson after 1.
The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, new 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power Price, $99 per month lease, $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition, $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox, $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs, $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Mr. Hometown Clothing Store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
City High. So on the video board right now that you're not seeing is some of the behind-the-scenes look. Lisa Brinkmeyer is going to go into the locker rooms before the game. This one is with City High. I'm sure at the next break, Dar, we'll see Johnston. This is a chance to see areas we don't get to see. We see them in the media area. We don't see them in the locker room getting ready. And it's a different mentality. For some, each group has their own way of doing things.
Yeah, some are, insecure a lot. Some are more calm. You know, yeah, they have just different things that they do to get ready.
Johnston with a 17-12 lead. Quickly, Nakumu, the steal. Johnston's got to prevent it, and does. Rebound, jump ball. It'll stay City High basketball as Jones, Ashley, is going to go to Iowa State. She wants to study elementary education in Ames.
Here's a good chance to run a play on the inbound.
Back to the inbounder gets it back. Got a great look. McDermott somehow got in front of City High, and then McDermott, the ball just squirted out right to her. McDermott to take it, throws it up, out of control, gets the rebound, fights loose ball, retained Ashley Jones.
That's what I like about McDermott, though. She wasn't given anything against a taller player.
That's going to be a charge. You could see it the whole way, stepping in, Maddie Mock. And that's why Coach Jillick said he has to have her on the floor.
And she's figured out how to stop the ball. And it sounds so simple, but she did that earlier, I think, against Nakumu. When they're driving, step in there. You don't necessarily have to take the charge, but just, try to disrupt the shot a little bit.
Lindsay picks up McDermott on defense. Nessheim from the left elbow, net. We went about a minute and a half without scoring. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, but all the scoring has been Johnston's.
And the bucket, the lid is still on the north bucket here at Wells Fargo. Johnson up ahead, Nessheim. Athletic gets it. Johnson for the pass inside, turnaround short by Thompson. Rebound, City High.
Nice look, though, under the bucket.
Rose drives and then pulls out as Thompson makes the stop. Now drive again. Shot blocked. Maddie Mock. McDermott in transition. She's going left. They left her alone.
Man.
Once that floater falls, look out. Jones, top of the key. She's going to have to start feeling if she has to take over. Let's see if she plays within herself.
Yeah.
3-point on the way. No.
I'd like to see him run an offensive set. Move the ball around a little bit first. Make the defense work.
Oh, Johnson thought about pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
She'll drive, spin, kick. Nessheim cutting, good. Nessheim on a 6-0 run of her own. Timeout, City High. Holy cow. Johnston on a 17-0 run.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Hi, everybody. Paul Yeager, that's Dardanos, and I'll get more in the shot. This one's been a pretty up-tempo contest, but right now it's been all Johnston.
And I think for Iowa City right now in this possession, slow it down. Move it around, work the ball, make Johnston move around on defense because they've been going to one player, and Johnston knows that now. So let's work around, get a few other people involved in this, I think.
City High cites their depth as the difference to last year. They're going to have to get some help from the bench right now as the starters are struggling just a tiny bit. Top of the key three is blocked by McDermott, and then a foul on the rebound. Nessheim had it. Grieving is whistled for the foul.
Grieving, yep.
See, the one says Grieving.
Grieving, yeah, one says Grieving,
and he's
saying Graving, the announcer. We probably should have asked her.
Yeah. McDermott, way out, three, short. Rebound, City High.
They have not scored yet here in the second quarter.
17-0 run for the Dragons. Nice move. I'll tell you what, a couple of hard ball fakes might really get Johnston. 3-point shot is good. The drought is broken. Paige Rocca hits the three and ends the 17-0 run.
And it took them about 3 minutes into the second quarter. to get that shot.
Johnston, Nessheim, left-hander, just pulls it out, gets out of the lane. Johnson kicks, corner, Mock. Somehow finds the bottom of the net.
The spin and the kiss off the glass, and it goes in. When it's working, huh?
The lead goes back to 9. Biggest of the game for Johnston. Jones drives, kicks. Nakumu, 3. There is good. Rose. Nakumu.
With the Shields, 3-point play.
Stolen away. Jones up ahead, lays it at the rack for 2. Timeout, Johnston.
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Well, when you're a team that's been here before, you know you have some familiarity. These Jones girls, 3 of the 5 of the family have played here at the state tournament. And now daughters 2 and 3 trying to make a difference. That would be Ashley and Aubrey. Stolen away by Ashley. And she'll get one more.
That ups the Iowa City run to 7, could be 8 as the run back the other way. Johnson is shooting almost 53%. City High cooled off to around 40%, but that's going to go up a little bit after the last couple possessions.
Shot falls. The lead now all of a sudden cut to 1. 8-0 run. Yep. Johnson. Nessheim, backside, gets it up and fouled. I think Rocca will get whistled. No, sorry. Yeah, Paige Rocca.
Now that'll be the 6th on City High, so the next one will be the bonus, the 1-on-1.
Free throws are one of those Achilles heel for the Dragons. They come into the contest shooting 63.4 as a team. That is the lowest of the tournament field as Nessheim connects on the 2nd. Ends the 8-0 run. Back to a 2-point advantage for Johnston. Jones drives, kicks, hit the back of McDermott's hand, who was denying that passing lane. Good teams will find a way to just get anything in the way to disrupt the flow. Nessheim kicked right into the hands of Jones.
And having a long wingspan helps disrupt the flow there.
Aubrey did a great job, and then defense, we're going to have a loose ball jump. And it'll go to Johnston.
Talk a little bit about contrasting styles. Coach Gillick, he's up and pacer. He's a pacer. He's up all the time. He usually doesn't sit down well. McTaggart, he's sitting down the whole time, for most of the time. And that's just the way Coach Gillick has been all the time, up and down, regular season, state tournament, whatever.
Coached in Mason City, Waukee, teaches in Waukee. Coached here at Johnston. McTaggart, actually a graduate of Iowa City West. Johnson sets her feet for 3. Good.
That's
a Shields 3-point play is what it is.
Probably stating the obvious, but it's redundant. It's not good to leave her open like that.
She set her feet.
Yep.
Lead back to 5. Stolen away. Nessheim just absolutely picked the pocket. Up ahead, McDermott. Somehow back to Johnson.
Oh, wow. Way to work the fast break, the passing clinic there.
The ball touched the floor, but only on the bounce pass. That may have been one of the plays of the tournament right there. No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
Well, they just kept getting to the open player.
Jones for three. Yes!
Whoa.
The net didn't even move. Ashley Jones now with 10. Huge. Hodzik. Pass is taken, and then she traveled.
Yep.
It was tipped. Good defense there. Paige Rocca kind of got right in front of it.
That's the thing about Iowa City, too. The quick hands on defense. You got to protect the ball.
Minute and a half left to play here in the first half.
I'm already worn out, man.
And we've got 6 of these today. Yeah, well, only 6. 5A, 4A, 3A. Shot off the wall, no good. Mock, Hodzik, 2-on-1. Alma takes and travels. She knew it.
Yeah.
Tried to do the European.
The Euro step through, and it just, and she debated. She had someone coming up on the wing. One thing Johnston does, they get it out and they fill the lanes very well on the break. But credit Nakumo back there on defense.
4-point lead for City High. Nakumu.
I mean for Johnston.
I'm sorry, for Johnston. City High has the basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't think you actually listened to me, Dar. That's
I
awesome.
do occasionally.
Yeah. Nice shot. Oh, what a pretty touch by Cook, the freshman.
Under a minute now.
4-0 run for City High. Cross court, Mock. Johnson thought about it, drew the 2 defenders. They go back inside to Mock. No good rebound. Final 35. City High like 3 possessions in this time. Jones drives, kicks. 15-footer, no good. Rebound, 28 seconds for Johnston. As it was McKee who came up big in the quarterfinal with that steal, and then all of a sudden, City High takes it back.
Rocca came in from behind to poke that away.
Approaching 10, and number 10 will hold it here.
Coach Jillick telling him to come out on her.
Jones drives, goal, ball shot, goes out of bounds, no call on the contact, and Johnson will have 2.1 before half.
Jones asked the official, and I think he said no foul there.
McDermott, 1 second. No shot if it would have went. She did not get it off before the halftime buzzer. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. We have played an exciting 30-28. Number 1 is down to Johnston by 2. When we come back here at half, we will have, I believe, a halftime guest, and he's making his way here. The head coach of the Valley Tigers. He's seen both of these squads. We'll talk with Joe Segrist in 2 minutes on our halftime show of CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
The opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything. I don't know, just the
It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Back here at halftime, 30-28. City High trails Johnston by 2. Joining us now is the head coach of the Valley Tigers on the girls' side, defending state champions for now, but very familiar with both of these squads. Joe, what do you think of this one, this first half?
I figured it'd be a really good up-tempo game, and I think that's what the fans are getting right now. It was an exciting first half.
This one, if, Johnson has the advantage. They played in the 10 a.m. game on Monday. City High played in that second, or in the later game. So does that mean anything, a 10 a.m. game? You're at school at 10 a.m.
Right. I was talking to some coaches earlier that it is an adjustment in that we don't have many practices or games during the season that early. But I think once your blood's flowing and at this big stage, I don't think it matters. Both teams have to deal with it. So
we were talking, Dar and I were discussing, this second game, a lot of that, oh, hey, look, it's the lights, it's the they're used to all that because they've already played and won a game in that surrounding. What's the mentality in the approach in a second-round game?
It's kind of nice because you have that first win under your belt. We've been here 4 times out of the last 5 years now, and 2 times we lost in those quarterfinals, and 2 times we made it all the way to the championship game. So I think you get that first one under your belt, and then you play a lot looser in that second game, and it's usually earlier in the day, so that helps take care of some of the jitters that you might have.
City High with Jones. Early on, it looked like Johnston was maybe collapsing around her whenever she got the ball from the man-to-man defense. What's that? I mean, what was your approach to try to stop her? Is that similar?
Very similar. Johnston has a little more length than we do, with some post players. We tried to sandwich her. She's just so skilled when she gets the ball. She drives hard when she gets it up top. And then when she gets it in the high post, she can pivot and go both ways. So she split a couple double teams we had, and I saw her do some similar things against Johnston. So she's just one of the best players, if not the best player in the state right now as a senior.
Well, that's a nice transition. Ashley is 5 points away from a 5A tournament scoring record set by someone you know very well, Valley's Grace Vanderweedy. She had 3 games in 2015, and so Jones, Jones in the first game had a,
36.
36.
I remember vividly.
I shouldn't have said. Wow, thanks, Coach. 36 plus 13 now.
Right.
So she's headed to Iowa State. It's that next level player. But the rest of the team, it doesn't seem like she's trying to do too much right now.
No, she does a nice job. I mean, the rest of the girls, they've got good shooters on the outside, usually on wing or corner on each side. And if she attracts that double, triple team at times, she can look opposite and find a quality shooter.
With Johnston, you played them earlier in the season. In fact, one of your first 5 games.
Right.
Johnston, Coach Gillick told me after the game Monday, he says, with Maddie Mock on the bench, we needed her in the game. She was a huge spark plug in the second half. She has really put herself in a lot of these scrums so far, and she's kind of made the difference down low.
Yeah, her and Johnson are very pivotal for him. They're kind of bigger guard forward combos that they're really tough to guard that way. So I think those two, I mean, McDermott's a wonderful talent, and Nesheim does a nice job down post, but Mock and Johnson do a really good job with that versatility of his team.
And if I'm Maya McDermott only with 3 points, if I'm Coach McTaggart, am I celebrating or am I worried about what she'll do in the second half?
I'd be a little worried because I said when she gets out in transition, she's really good and she makes them so much better. So for them to have a 2-point lead and their best scorer only have 3 points, I think Chad's pretty happy about that.
Well, and that's the thing about a game sometimes. Do you make major adjustments? Some coaches in whatever the sport, when you have that halftime, whether it's football or the basketball side, you can do something different in that first half, and then the other team can say, oh, well, they're not going to do it. And then you come back and go back to that base in the second half because you'd forgotten about it. I mean, is that a strategy?
Well, as a coach, you always have plan A and plan B. You know, if plan A is going well, yeah, you're going to just refine some things at halftime and try to stick to it. If it's not going so well, like it was for us the other day, then you have to make more adjustments. And it's kind of nice with this little longer halftime at the state tournament. You can make some of those adjustments, draw them up, discuss them a little bit more. But the best player is going to make plays down here, and usually that best team with the best players ends up coming up on top.
So for you, substitute in your math class today, what are they studying? What do you have the sub doing?
Quadratic formula.
And that's for the sophomores? Freshmen. Quadratic formulas. Okay. Since I don't remember how to do a quadratic formula, it's a good thing I've learned to do something else maybe. For you, a little bittersweet. You love coming down here. I mean, you're an Ohio guy, but Iowa's kind of maybe worn on you a little bit.
Oh, I love it, yeah. My wife's from around here, grew up, you know, playing basketball, volleyball in the state of Iowa, and, you know, the girls' union does such a tremendous job putting on this tournament, and, yeah, it's home now, and I love it, and I wish I could take the whole week off and come down here every day, but...
I don't know, does your principal feel that way?
No, probably not.
You know, you always say, I'll be here regardless. When you watch, what is it that you look at? I mean, to a point now where you go, do you look at teams for next year, or are you just enjoying the teams of this year?
Well, a coach's mentality, if you want to be great, you're always looking ahead and trying to find an edge of something you can do, and excited about the girls coming back in our program. But I also just sit back and enjoy the high level of play and the great seniors that are on the floor that you'll never see play high school basketball in the state of Iowa again. Yeah, they're going to, I mean, Fenley's got to be thrilled that he's getting Ashley Jones next year because his program will be a lot better for it.
His son Billy was on with Dar earlier this week, and Dar said that, and we talked about it in the pregame, how Billy just couldn't stop just gushing. Now that she signed, he can talk about, you know, everything that they love about her. Ashley told me, she said, I really like the culture. I like the way they play. It's going to fit my style. Anytime that somebody from Iowa City Ames can come in and grab somebody out of Iowa City, they always take that as a victory, and sometimes it goes the other way. It has happened before. All right, you're coming out of the locker room right now. As you watch these two teams and these timeouts, give me a quick thought. What do you think about, are you trying to think through a scenario of what you would do with your players at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think Johnston's got to just stick to what they're doing, try to get McDermott a little bit more involved, get her out in transition. City High knows that, you know, they're going to crowd Jones, but they're going to need other girls to knock down shots and try to get out in transition with Jones again, too. So the transition game, I think, will be pivotal, whoever comes out on top.
That's head coach of the Valley Tigers, Joe Segrist. Congratulations, Coach, on a great season. You made it down here again. It's a nice ring you got there. Looks good on camera. All right, we're back after this with the second half. Johnston up by 2 on City High here on CISN.
Has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homeacres on Douglas in Urbandale.
We're back here at halftime. The score with Johnston 30, Iowa City High 28. Darty Danielson with you. Let's look at some of the first half stats here for Iowa City High. 12 points for Ashley Jones, 6 for Rose Akumu, 3 for Paige Rocca, 3 for Aubrey Jones, 2 for Samantha Grieving, and 2 for Ella Cook. For Johnston, 13 points for Jenna Johnson, 7 for Reagan Neschheim, 3 for Maya McDermott, 2 for Macy Thompson, 2 for Kendall Need, and 3 for Maddie Mock. Johnston, they've been blistering the nets, 58% from the floor, 58.3 in the first quarter, 50% in the second quarter for a 54.5% shooting percentage, including 3 of 6 from three-point range. Not a bad shooting percentage for Iowa City High, 45.5 in the first quarter, 42.9 in the second for a 44% field goal percentage. 41% from three-point range, about 42% from three-point range for Iowa City High. So City High's shooting numbers would be pretty good until you compare them to Johnston, shooting 44% in the first half, Paul, but Johnston shooting nearly 55% in the first half.
Think about where they're taking the shots from. I think sometimes, you can lose a little bit in that field goal percentage when you start, because you don't get graded from 15 feet out. Johnston early in that first quarter, how they got back into the ballgame is they kept driving and they took the higher percentage
the breakaway
shots.
and driving in and getting the inside shots.
Ashley Jones, we'll watch her here in this second half. Thanks to Joe Segrist for that insight. So, Dar, what he's talking about.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. So what did he say?
Well, what I was just going to say is we see Maya McDermott walk up here. He says if he's Chad, if he's Coach Jillick, he's like, I'm pretty good. We're up 2, and she's only scored 3. If you're Coach McTaggart, you're worried about what she's going to do in the second half.
Yeah.
We're underway. Same starters for both teams. That's Rose Nakumu, Ashley Jones, Paige Rocca, Aubrey Jones, and Samantha Grieving for the City High. Number 1 in Class 5A, 24-0. Nakumu for 3! Off the mark! McDermott had it for a moment, and then it went off her hand and out of bounds. McDermott is one of the 5 starters out there. Macy Thompson, Jenna Johnson, Maddie Mock, and Reagan Nessheim. City High gets it in. Jones, drop step off Nessheim. Nice crossover move for 2.
And that ties it up.
Just like that, our second tie of the game. As Ashley hits that, and then Johnson misses on the other end. Stolen away.
Great defense by Maddie Mock in there against Graving.
McDermott, 2, hard of a pass for Nessheim. Goes off her right hand and out of bounds. Johnston will get it, or City High will get it back.
I think Johnston here, we talk about the early runs in the third quarter. We'll see if Iowa City High can get on one. Again, they got one to start the game, then Johnston came back.
Ashley kicks. Nice move, Rocca. Nice kick to Nakumu. Drives around Nessheim. Reagan grabs the rebound. Oh, no, sorry, that's Maddie Mock. That's Johnson up ahead. 2-on-1, that's Reagan Nessheim, and that's 2 points for the Dragons.
Reagan Nessheim for 2.
Back to a 2-point advantage. Nakumu, 3 is there. A Shields 3-point play. And City High has the lead back for the first time since the first quarter.
And things now kind of settled into a back and forth.
Johnson drives. Maddie Mock for 3. No good. Rebound. Jones. That was Aubrey. They have their older sister Courtney, who went to Illinois to play basketball. There's a 7th grader and a 6-year-old. All girls.
Your Iowa City be more deliberate on offense.
Oh, Johnston fans thought maybe that was a travel on Graving. City High fans just kind of looked left and right. I didn't see anything, did you?
Mock almost gets it picked by Nakumu, and then she tries to kick it over to a teammate, which, if you do that in volleyball, you can kick it off the top of your foot, but not in basketball.
Johnston seems to be just a little down a notch on their intensity that they had when they made that run. And I don't know if that's an attribute to them or the City High defense. As it's loose on the ground, Mock gets it from Nessheim, who did the dirty work. McDermott fakes, moves.
And offensive.
Same move she made in the first half. This time they called it a charge. But there was a couple of no calls in that first half. That one they felt was a charge.
A little more action, and then the defender kind of fell down a little more. So
she did that move of the hard, fake the right and go back up, and the defenders didn't buy it. Good defense there. City High lead by 3, looking to extend. Aubrey in the middle, one too many steps, says Rich Slagle. Also Chad Slagle and Rich Coppice. I'm sorry, Rich Collison. Sorry. Johnson in the corner. Back out McDermott. Drives. The floater still won't go. Mock was fighting, but she was the last one to touch it. Grieving had the better position, but didn't grab it before it went out of bounds.
Well, Mock kind of got caught up on Grieving, I think, trying to get a hold of that ball. Ashley Jones comes back in after a rest. Man, you see girls already breathing heavy out there. This has been an up and down the floor game.
Both teams about 3 deep.
Kendall Need back
on
into
the bench.
game.
Yep. Need provided some good spark on defense as the season wore on. Only a sophomore. 3-pointer, good! Ella Cook.
She thought a long time before taking that. Everybody's saying shoot it. Nobody came out to get a hand in her face, so it was wide open.
Lead is 6, and then a foul.
It's Johnston on the drive. I think it's Ashley Jones.
I think it is Ashley Jones. It is.
Number 10, Ashley Jones, her second personal.
Her second. Team number 1 in this half. Timeout, City High, here at the Girls State Tournament in Des Moines. Back after this.
Want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get...
All you have to do is you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and be. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
Iowa City High, undefeated out of the Mississippi Valley Conference. A few close ones in there, but a lot of games where they were in control the whole time. We get to the state tournament, it's different. Nessheim underneath, missed it. Jones, the great defense and the rebound. Rocca fakes, drives, then pulls up. Misses, more like of a pass to Cook. Aubrey to Cook, now back Aubrey.
Coach tell them to rotate it, move, and there they do.
Good dog fight here. Johnston, City High. 3-pointer Nakumu off the mark. Rebound McDermott. She had her eyes up looking for a teammate. She found Need in transition. Puts it on. Holds it. Timeout. Gillick and the Johnston Dragons.
Yeah, she stopped baseline and then got double teamed and really nobody around to help her out on that. So
making the move right there as we look at Bill McTaggart's group. You know, he talked about better passing, finished. But the big thing that I took from our discussion post-game Monday was he said you just have to play your role. You know that, and what he means with that situation is he knows that teams are going to double and triple team Ashley Jones. So the other girls have got to be there to step up when the time and the opportunity presents itself.
And City High has outscored them 10-2 here to start the third quarter. And
Johnson timeout. Johnson with possession.
Well, they called Paige Rocca back. She came out on the floor, but call her back.
Hopefully they've just got 5. Nesheim gets it in to Need. Or to Mock, now to Need. Set play, they were trying to go to Johnson, and man, she got sandwiched. Going for the ball, Jones in transition, in the paint, scores! Aubrey Jones.
So back up to an 8-point lead. That's what they had in the first quarter before Johnston made a run.
Johnson's shot was a lefty, and it just off the back of the iron. And now City High can extend this 8-point lead. 8 is as big of a lead. Their biggest lead was 9. If they can score here. And they now are pulling it out just a tiny little bit. Need steps around the three-pointer for Ashley Jones.
That was pretty.
Call that the step back?
Yeah. And I think that's a scoring record, isn't it?
That is a 5A tournament scoring record. And she's going to try to add on to it here as the defense works again for City High. Coach Gillick wants his players to get out and not just let City High dictate things right now. He at least wants to force. It ties the record at 5. So the next point she scores, she sets it. Now McTaggart's up a little bit. I don't think Coach wants him to foul. I just think he wants him to play defense out from the ball.
Yeah, he's saying come in, play tight, you know.
Because he wants to get the 5 count started.
Yeah. Make them have to move their offense a little bit.
Nesheim picks up her second foul. As the Marion Indians make their way on the bottom of your screen. They're into the arena. They've been here all week. They'll play not the next game, but the first game of the Class 4A semifinals. Nakumu, nice move. Gets through, and it'll be off of her, and it'll go back to Johnston with 1:28 to play.
And this is a big possession for them. They need to get some more points on the board here. Just 2 in the third quarter.
McDermott mostly silent in this game with 3. Let's see what she can do. Inside, denied pass. Trying to get it into Johnson, and Aubrey prevented the entry pass.
Yeah, came right around her with the hand, slapped it away, didn't get the foul.
Tipped away, McKee just couldn't get it. Nakumu could, and then they'll pull it out. McKee way out. He is getting the 5 count started. And she drives and then just says, nope, not this time. Had an opportunity for a layup there too. And then draws the foul on
Mock, I believe.
Mock. It's number 2 for her, team 3rd. In the act of shooting, will get 2 shots. And that's off the mark. These City High girls love this environment here. And how can you not?
Yeah.
Free throw is good for Nakumu. She now has 7.
That makes it a 16-2 run here in the third quarter for City High to build a 12-point lead.
Biggest of the game. McDermott. So now they're trying to put Johnson underneath as she underhand hooks it in for 15 points now. Now Dragons got to get a stop. Back to 10.
They quickly run up, get that count started. They want some motion going.
They get the trap and then the steal by McKee. McKee up ahead. Yeah, that pass was that was a mismatch, absolutely. Jones and McDermott. If it was the other way, maybe, but McDermott was not going to hop over. Now the 2 bigs are way out.
10 seconds.
On Jones. 8 seconds. Gets it away somehow. She juggled it. Nakumu for 3, short. And it goes out of bounds with .8. So now the official is saying right in front of us that she didn't have possession.
Yeah, she juggled it when she went down.
There is no traveling when you don't have possession.
Yeah. And used to be when you're on the floor, you couldn't get up and pass it, but now you can pass it when you're down on the floor. Catch and shoot here.
8/10 of a second, no chance there. City High blistering in this third quarter, up by 10, the final 8. Now.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
You always have a lot of downtime when you come to the tournament if you're playing. You feel like it's forever. And the Johnston Dragons here are being shown on the big screen now about what they're doing. A little bit of dancing. We know Grinnell can sing. They sing Seasons of Love from Rent. And you can hear, when you're in that hallway, Dar, you can always hear different levels of fun and entertainment.
Preparation.
It's your own show. It's a different kind of show.
Yeah. Well, I bet this fourth quarter is going to be a show.
Well, Johnston outscored 16-4 in that quarter as we open up quarter number 4. McDermott thought about driving. Nakumu has been like a glove on her all day. Johnson gets a little push off. Kicks, and it's tipped, and it'll stay Johnston basketball. So a couple of those shots just haven't fallen for McDermott. I don't think she has a confidence issue. She's just not getting an opportunity.
And she's going against a lot of size in there, which she's not afraid of, but it makes a difference.
Jenna Johnson's drop step isn't there. Rebound, Jones, and that's a matchup as both Mock and Nessheim were not down low on that play.
Johnston won the rebounding battle 13-11 in the first half. So far, Iowa City High winning it here in the second.
Nakumu's 3 is no good, and Maddie Mock just goes up and gets the rebound and somehow gets it away to McDermott, who smells numbers. Johnson in the corner. Quick touch to Nessheim for 2.
You're correct on that. She knew immediately, pushed it up the floor, and saw that she had more numbers than Iowa City High, and that's what got him the comeback in the second quarter.
City High still slowing it down. You always worry about your team if it just takes you out of that rhythm when you start changing tempos intentionally. Nakumu drives, way off the mark, rebound. We're going to have a jump ball, and it'll stay City High.
I don't know if she lost that on the way up, but it went really high across the top of the backboard.
You know, sometimes you're driving, you're expecting contact, and you're hoping to, get help right there. I think she was expecting the contact and just didn't get it. Johnston out more on that defense now, setting some high screens for City High. So now Thompson has to come out on Nakumu. Playing center field in there is Mock. Here comes Jones, loses it, right into the hands. Up ahead, McDermott. Breakaway. Lay it up for 2. McDermott now with 5. Johnston on a little run of their own.
4-0 to start the fourth quarter.
And 6-0 overall. Lead back to 6. Thompson out on Nakumu. driving. Rocca falling down right into the arms. Jenna Johnston, and then City High gets into it. Nakumu wrestles it away, and it's a jump ball.
Gotta go to Johnston.
Oh, wow. Nakumu, oh, did you see the look on her face?
When she went down, she thought, what? Are you kidding me? There was no foul?
And she was not going to be denied.
Yeah.
She just had it like, oh, that was great. That's the advantage. I love sitting here to see some of that. The face, you get that expression. Laura Leonard talks about an eye test for the players. You could see it in her eyes. Nessheim way out for 3 right now. Johnson will drive. Boy, she thought about it. Interior, Mock. Has Grieving on her hip, kicks it out right to Nakumu, who stepped in front of Reagan. Oh, Aubrey Jones was so wide open underneath.
Yeah. Nakumu was thinking come down and set it up, but Jones flashed over there on the left side and didn't see her.
Sometimes they'll call that an ups offense, layups only. Well, she would have had a layup there. Jones is going to set the screen, and then Meade is going to be called for sticking her knee out on Rocca.
But I think Coach Gillick is getting what he wants, more pressure from their defense, coming out a little more. Don't just let them stand there. Now that's a little too much pressure. You get the foul, but Johnston already with 4 team fouls.
And only 1 for City High. Underneath, all alone, and missing it is Grieving, and the shot was blocked. Rocca, straight up defense. Nessheim is going to be fouled on the rebound. And I think they're going to get Rocca.
Yeah.
I don't read lips well, but I could read a pretty strong statement from Nessheim right there.
And in soccer officiating, when somebody gets tripped, you have the advantage, and you signal that. The referee that time signaled hands up.
He did.
You know, it was straight up, so there was no foul, and she didn't like it, but he explained it.
McDermott. Mock was there for a minute. Now they get it to her. Going on the left block, getting up, and not just too strong, and clearing it is Ashley Jones. I don't know if we've talked about her ability to rebound. She's almost got 12 a game, and then there'll be a reach in here, and it'll be against Johnston, and City High will go to the line.
Yeah, Johnson trying to sell the travel call there, but
Ashley Jones with 9 rebounds and 17 points in this game. Get it in, hurt it now. Ashley, turnaround shot, no good.
Ooh.
Rebound comes to McDermott. 4-on-3, McDermott kicks Johnson for 3, blocked by Nakumu! And then a foul!
Whoa.
Wow! Well, that's the thing with McDermott's height. Sometimes it's in play, and this time it is.
And she's got a quick release, but it took a little time for the ball to get out there. And, wow.
Nakumu's only a sophomore, by the way. She's a great player.
Good deny on the entry.
Johnson gets a hand into it. Somehow to McDermott, the layup. Good. The lead down to 4. Hey, if you're not watching it, you're missing a great one. Sorry. If you are watching it, tell a friend. Hey, you should watch this game. City High, number 1 in 5A, up by 4, but Johnston feeling it right now here at Wells Fargo Arena. This is the semifinal. Winner goes to play tomorrow night, 6 o'clock in the big stage of the state championship game. Ashley Jones drives and scores! And 1 to come.
And that time she caught Maddie Mock. That is the record for scoring, right? In the tournament for 5A.
And she hits the free throw to add to it. 47-40. McDermott. The floater. Good.
That's the one shot we haven't seen a lot out of her in this game, is that drive and floating it over with her size, but she still has that nice floater shot over the top.
Nakumu finds Grieving. Misses. Tipped to McDermott. And McDermott is fouled. And if Aubrey Jones doesn't commit that foul, McDermott lays it in.
Yeah.
That's a good foul.
This purple and gold color, what's that remind you of? The Lakers of the they're running, and they're running just like them here.
Showtime, as it's called.
As Jenna Johnston right in front of us here.
I'd say hi, Jenna, but she's a
wait,
little busy.
there's me, see?
Johnson gets it. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remain. Looking for Johnson on the cut. Reagan, the give and go. Gets it, goes in the basket. Nessheim with 13.
Got a 3-point ball game.
Nakumu, what's she going to answer with? What's Ashley Jones? What's Aubrey Jones? Or is it somebody we don't know right now? And then Nessheim fouls. I think she got the ball the first time, but it was the second hand that got the foul.
And it'll be the bonus here on out for Iowa City High. That's the foul number 7 on Johnston.
As a team, free throws for the game. City High, 3 of 6, 50%. Not much bigger than this from Nakumu, and she misses. Mock gets the rebound. McDermott has Nessheim under the basket. Shot is foul. I thought it was blocked.
I did too, but they're going to call the foul on it.
Let's see. It's going to be on Rocca. No. It is. It's on Aubrey Jones.
Aubrey Jones.
Okay.
15, Reagan Nessheim will shoot 2.
Nessheim hits the first.
Lead down to 2. I wonder if those Johnston teachers are still watching. Down to 1.
Is there any learning going on? Well, this is a great life lesson right here.
Yes, it is.
Cheer your school. City High, they're cheering too. Nakumu drives, kicks, score! Almost, and then a foul. They'll call that underneath on the rebound. And Maddie Mock says, I didn't touch her.
Yeah.
No one ever commits a foul.
And that's what, 4 on her?
Yeah, and that's what's going to be troublesome.
She's a stopper back there.
She has been solid defense. Speaking of rock solid, Paige Rocca's free throw. She's 73.2 on the season. The sophomore steps up, takes a breath, and nails it.
Look at the intensity in her face as she steps to the free throw line.
Breathe, shoot, score. What a couple of big free throws there. Lead back to 3, 49-44. This is a heavyweight match. Down backside, Nessheim!
Oh, what a look!
And a full timeout for Johnston. They're within 1, 2:09 to play at Wells Fargo.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is
I think we should light it up a little bit. This, I just turned around to Andy Pollock, who will be, I think, in the next game, and I just said,
yeah, nothing here.
Nothing here. Nothing to see here. Move along. All right, City High up by 1. They'll face the full court pressure. But Nakumu, she got Nessheim tangled up the last time. City High still going to pull it out here. They're no hurry. Up by 1, under 2. Aubrey Jones to her sister Ashley.
Watch Mock over here on Cook. Mock playing with 4 fouls. Oh, there's a walk.
Mock would have said, I didn't touch her again. Yeah. All right, Johnston, a chance to take the lead here at the 146 mark.
Well, Johnston opened up the brand new school, the brand new gym. They'd like nothing more than to bring the 5A trophy home to that, but Iowa City High wants to bring that trophy to the east side for the first time in 5A here.
Every year 5A has had a title. It has stayed in Central Iowa. Mock drives, kicks. Johnston thought about it, drives again. Johnson gets under. Her shot had no chance of going in, but she was fouled in the act.
I think, was it Rocca maybe? Yep.
City High's 22, Paige Rocca, her third personal.
Rocca's third. Jenna Johnson real quiet in that third quarter and so far in the fourth. She'd been playing more under the basket, attacking a little bit more, hits the right side of the rim, and the shot bounces out. So now the best that Coach McTaggart can hope for is to just be up by one, but he'd like to not see Johnston hit the shot. Tied. Right. Johnson with 16 now. .49 up, our third tie of the game. What's Ashley Jones going to do? She's harassed 3 different ways, and I think Mock just picked up.
Was it Mock or it might be Neschheim, I think. Yeah, it's Neschheim.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's Nesheim's fourth.
I mean, with a minute 17, maybe not as big a deal, but you got your two key players down low with 4.
Only if you're only playing regulation.
Yeah.
Free throw on the way is good. Rock solid, Ashley Jones. 20 points now. She had 36 in the opener against Valley. She hits them both. Nothing but net, Cyclone fans. Get ready for that one. 1:12 to play. 2-point lead, City High, and Nesheim watches it go off her hands and out of bounds.
Had some pressure there, and pass just caught her. That'll happen sometimes. Now you go back to defense. I think we're going to have some defensive substitutions here by Johnston.
They're going to bring in McKee and Thompson. Nesheim and Meade go out, but Mock stays on the floor.
Give him a little speed up top to try to trap.
Johnson and Jones kind of tied up here. Rocca gets by both defenders. Johnson making a run for it. I don't know if they're in the mood to foul.
Yeah.
And then they finally do get McKee in front of the City High bench.
Coach Gillick saying, come on, we want him trapped. Get him in that corner. Push him that way.
Nakumu. For the game is now 2 of 6 from the free throw line.
What have we said 1,000 times? You got to hit your free throws to win.
I think even the paper said that.
Yeah.
They validated that statement.
Nesheim and Need back in.
Now a 2-possession ball game. Timeout City High. 57.4 to play here in the Class 5A semifinal.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
They're cheering in City High territory right now. Will they continue to have something to cheer about? Johnston, will they have something to celebrate? Look across there behind the Johnston bench there. Just to the right, you can kind of start to see some of the head coaches from at least Central Iowa. I see Joe Segrist sitting next to, he's got Drew McAnally from Ankeny. Drew's father is an assistant with Indianola who will be on tap next. I see Kelly from Ballard of Huxley is over there. And they just come because it's a good, it's a good opportunity to see some good games, as Segrist said, and they've seen a great one so far. City High by 4. Johnston the basketball. Nessheim inside Johnson, and they'll have 2 chances for points on free throws. Johnson just couldn't coax that one down. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, it would have been big. That just snuck over the hoop.
Well, these are huge for Johnston. And Jenna gets the first one to fall. Now with 17. She averages 12 on the season. She's been the team MVP of this one for the Dragons. And she misses the second one, tipped it. Nessheim back to McDermott for 3. She traveled beforehand. Referee had a great look at it, thought McDermott shuffled her feet. So on the miss and the rebound that went to Johnson. So now Johnson's probably going to have to foul, and they get one before the clock even starts. Poof. And smiling somehow is Ashley Jones. She loves this big stage.
McDermott was not smiling.
No, he wasn't.
Last one.
Her mom and dad met at Kirkwood. Both were basketball players there. Her mother is a Mackey from Olwine, and her dad played at Prairie in high school. As we said earlier, the older one, Courtney. And this is number 2, Ashley Jones. And right now, she's number 1 in City High's hearts as she has 23 points.
2-possession game. You can afford to get a quick 2 and turn on the pressure. You just need to get a shot.
McDermott was trying to get it to Mock. Johnston gets it back. Whole lot of stuff going on.
Almost a turnover
twice.
If it weren't for that timeout.
We have 29.7 seconds to show you when we come back.
Iowa Pig Farmers Care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Price event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price. $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs. $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Johnston with 1 timeout, same for City High. Johnson has the basketball. They get it in to Jenna Johnson. She's right there in the corner, guarded by Nakumu. Johnson dribbles it off her left leg, and it's loose, and it's retained by City High. City High is 3-on-1, and Nakumu's going to pull up and be fouled by Maddie Mock, and that'll be her 5th, and that could just be the ball game, Dar.
That might do it.
Oh my, Johnston had a chance.
Well, we were tied at 1:32 to play, and Iowa City High has outscored them 6-2 since that time. And a couple big turnovers that late hurt the Dragons.
Nakumu, short. Nakumu, 3 of 8.
This is still big because you could get a 3, pressure, get the ball back, and get another one, even if she hits this.
McDermott will push it up. 3 from McDermott, short. McKee is going to foul. They finally, somehow. Coach Gillick thought maybe that she stepped out, that Rocca stepped out, and we're down to 6.7. The City High fans, not quite as many here as Johnston, but they have good volume.
Yeah.
Good breath support. Rocca, she was huge early in this quarter for free throws, and she's nails again. Rocca hits the free throw to make it 7. Now an 8-point lead. McDermott up ahead, stolen away. Here comes the ball, Peter. Did it go under? He didn't even see it. 4.1 remains. Nakumu, only her first foul. I gotta say, Rose Nakumu, lights out defense today.
Yeah.
She's just, it's been Jones and company offensively, but Nakumu has kept McDermott to only 9 points. Only 3 points in the first half. Nakumu's been lights out.
And one more.
City High, when it counted, Dar, have been 9 of 10 in free throws in the last minute 30. Second free throw is good. Still a 6-point lead. All City High has to do is get it in, and that'll do it. City High moves on to the state championship with a 58-52 win over Johnston.
Well, they got the last run in. It was tied with 1:32 to go, and then they outscored them in that final run. And 9 of 10 free throws is part of what did it.
It's really all that matters.
Yeah. And so end up with the 6-point win here, but Johnston, wow, what an effort. You know, you'll look back on it, a few plays here and there really would have turned things, but you know, what a great ball game. What do you expect out of semifinal?
Wow, this one was, we talk always about games of runs, and City High started strong, and then 11-0, which turned into 17-0 run. Think about that. City High survived a 17-0 run to win by 6.
But they got their run again then starting at the start of the third quarter, and then again we were tied 1:32, and they got a run back. So yeah, that's the big thing. We say it over and over, but those runs back and forth and how you manage it.
Accepting the trophy is Jenna Johnson. Great first half for her. She puts on a smile.
She wiped away the tears, put on a smile for the picture. And, you know, competitors, they wanted to get that big trophy. You get to the semifinal, and man, it's just so close, but a great effort. And you see all smiles there from Iowa City High.
Well, we're halfway to an all Iowa City final because West plays in the next game. Let's take a look at some of these highlights. Ashley Jones, Dar, she was outstanding today. Finished with 24 points. And Johnston tried to keep it close. There's Reagan Nestheim, who had 19 for the Dragons. Rose Nakumu scored when it counted. She had 13, but really I think it's her defense that made the big difference. There was the 3 ball from Rocca. There's Aubrey Jones. Nice move in the lane. Ashley, step back 3, got it. That was also another key play. Jenna Johnson, the reverse. McDermott finds, that was a good touch pass to Nestheim. And then on the layup, McDermott. And then just didn't get back on defense. And then just an opportunity, again, McDermott, a floater.
The home of the IGHSAU Iowa
And that is a look at some of your plays there.
Jenna Johnson, the only senior in that Johnston Dragon lineup, the starters.
She's a big player they're going to have to replace. The Dragons finished the season 21-3, and City High improves to 25-0. They will play in the state championship game right here on this court at 6 o'clock on Friday night. You can see it on statewide Iowa Public Television at iptv.org. For Dart Danielson, I'm Paul Yeager. We're just getting started. Game 1 of 6 when we come back. Class 5A, the other semifinal. It's Iowa City West and Indianola next. This is free live streaming on CISN.TV. So long for just a while.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game was presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirch Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And there's a travel. I expect Riley Jacobs